But the talk of the wrestling world book is after we got off the air a couple of days ago, I'm watching Monday Night Raw. They advertised there's a 6-pack challenge main event. The winner will face Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell. And then about, I don't know, maybe it was like an hour into the show, something like that, they changed the event. It went from a 6-pack challenge to a one-on-one match between Becky and Asuka. And they mentioned that Sasha Banks and Naomi, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, they mentioned that they had left the show, left Raw. And of course, yeah, they left the building. And of course, when you hear this, you're thinking, oh, okay, so obviously they're setting some kind of angle up or whatever. Then I go to Twitter and I see everyone is on Twitter, like the Sean Ross Sapps of the world, who's a wrestling reporter. A lot of people who are kind of in the know that account Wrestle Votes. They're all saying, hey, no, guys, they actually legitimately left because they were upset about something, right? Then later on in the show, Corey Graves, promoting the main event again, says Sasha and Naomi seemingly and unprofessionally left the building today, and we're having to bring you a new match. So it turns out that they did leave. There were statements put out. There's several stories put out. I don't know where we begin here. Should we read the WWE statement of what happened?
Go right here.
Okay, so this is what WWE had to say. This is their official statement. When Sasha Banks and Naomi arrived to the arena this afternoon, they were informed of their participation in the main event of tonight's Monday Night Raw. During the broadcast, they walked into the WWE head of talent relations, John Laurinaitis' office with their suitcase in hand, placed their tag team championship belts on his desk, and walked out. They claimed they weren't respected enough as tag team champions. And even though they had 8 hours to rehearse and construct their match, they claimed they were uncomfortable in the ring with two of their opponents, even though they had matches with those individuals in the past with no consequence. Monday Night Raw is a scripted live television show whose characters are expected to perform the requirements of their contract. We regret we were unable to deliver, as advertised, tonight's main event. That was their statement. At this moment, we still haven't heard from Sasha or Naomi about the matter. But I guess we can start there. Book, I mean, they seemingly were creatively frustrated and decided to hightail them.
Yeah, the part that gets me is that I'm kind of grasp is not respected enough as tag team champions. I just wonder what that means. Because I'm serious. So here, not respected enough. I've been in tag team, form in many forms throughout my career with many different partners, and we've gone through a whole lot. Let's just say that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to grasp, what respect. What is that all about? But the issue is, leaving the building, packing up and getting up out of there. I've this is not my first rodeo or anything. I've seen guys get their stuff, take off, and they're in the main event, such as a guy like Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious was like a major player, though. He was like one of the top guys on the show when he did that in WCW. I've seen guys that just say, for instance, they didn't have their music. And they said, man, we ain't got our music, we ain't going out. That was the NWO. Okay, so they're like, okay, those guys had what they clause creative control.
Creative control, brother.
So I get it. I've seen that before, but and I understand being frustrated. That let's just say that right there for a second too. I understand being frustrated. I remember back when I left WWE back in 2007, 2008. Yeah, I guess it was. Yeah. I knew I was going to be leaving the company. I knew that it was, my time was up. I remember having a conversation with the company and saying, hey, man, I just can't do this anymore. I'm just in a place where I really need to take off and take some time for myself. And I'm going to work my last match, SummerSlam, with Triple H. I'm going to go out and do the deed, and I'm going to, ride off into the sunset. And they gave me the respect to, and let me do that. I didn't do any jobs in between or anything like that, leading up to the match with Hunter. And I did it and I got out of there. Now I could have been frustrated and said, man, I'm out of here. I'm done, in the middle of a show. And that's, I know one thing, that would be something that I would be remembered for forever. Um, Now I've been in situation such as being overseas in TNA, and people throwing chairs and bottles in the ring, and I got my wife and I say, let's get out of here. And we left the ring and we didn't go back to perform that night. I got a lot of heat for it, but there again, I thought I was doing the right thing by protecting myself as well as my wife. Um, you know my rule, Brad. When you're 99% about something, you might want to keep your mouth shut. When you're 100% about it, you might want to just, pick your bag up and take the hell off. Maybe that's what Sasha Banks and Naomi were. I was as far as saying, "Hey, man, I'm fed up, tired of this. I'm out of here." Was it the right thing to do? Probably not. Um, we'll find out, as far as the repercussions, if it's a work or not. But I do think it was handled, let's just say, you know, unprofessional by walking out like that.
Yeah, I echo your sentiments as far as professionalism goes. It would be hard for me in any respect, like in any job, in any position, to walk out of something. But from what I read from some of the backstage sourcing, if you will, now accuracy is what it is. I can't verify any of it, but they said they were talking to a lot of the boys and the girls in the locker room, and some say, "Look, I get being upset creatively. I get walking out. I don't get walking out during the middle of the show." Now, to me, I'm on that side. Is look, we can't figure it out. We're coming to a disagreement. I need to leave. Okay, leave. But don't do it in the middle of the show where now it's not just you who's facing the repercussions of it. The entire roster, the entire production crew, the entire commentary crew, the entire writing staff, everybody is thrown into a tizzy over this. Right.
Well, everybody thrown into a tizzy, but it's wrestling. Cars subject to change.
Yeah, but
There's always, in the, the small print. But we got to take a break. We got to take a break. We got to take a break. We're gonna be talking about this for a long time. Stick around, guys. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. What's up, this Booker T, two-time Hall of Famer. I know you're checking out the shine, checking out the gloss. I want to thank you guys for checking out Row on YouTube. Hey, don't forget to click and subscribe to check out all the latest content right here each and every week. Now, can you dig that, sucker? Can you dig it, sucker?